Hello and welcome back to the Art of Reduction. My name is Reeve Andrews and I'm going to be your barber today. We have a special guest today. His name is Mac, and we're going to talk about children's haircuts or young adult haircuts today. And also we're going to be showing the new vapor wall clipper that we just got. So kind of took the place of my magic clip. Really enjoying this at my shop, so I want to kind of use this in front of you guys today. It's one of the newer models out there right now. So again, the vapor wall the new clipper that we're having. So Matt, come on over here today. Thank you so much for being my client today. We're gonna sit here. So just at my shop, we have a lot of children coming in. Yes, we try to keep a more masculine, kind of manly environment, but in my book, having guys or young guys come in, such as Mac, brings youthfulness, and also it brings longevity to your barber shop. If you start seeing just older clients kind of growing with you, and we don't see younger people coming into our shop, yeah, you might have a long run at it, but to me, when I see a young, good-looking guy like this come into my shop, I think of long-term success when I see guys like this. So I will always offer my shop and our staff and my talents to children's haircuts or kids' haircuts. And more importantly, I charge about the same price. I know a lot of shops think it might be smarter to charge less for a kid's haircut, but always remember it's about your time. That's all that matters. It's the same amount of time that it takes to cut, a children's haircut that it does an adult haircut. And more importantly, I think we should bring the same type of energy, excitement, detail to kids' cuts just as an adult haircut. They're paying the same amount of price. They're living this life that we live on this earth. They deserve a nice calm time in the chair when school's hectic, school buses, sports, their parents or their siblings are on them. So to give, even a younger guy an opportunity to relax and get a really good haircut means the world. And like I said, it's to me, I just think of longevity in my barber shop when I see a young, hip kid come in and wanting a good haircut. So I'm going to just drape Mac up. He's probably going to look up a little bit, sir. He has about maybe 2 months worth of hair. So let me just kind of swing him around right now. Pretty long, pretty crazy. He said he wanted curls, so that's going to be kind of hard to give him with his hair being so straight. But I did promise him that I'll try to give him a lot of texture and a lot of movement in that haircut. So what I want to do is I'm going to just kind of slowly partition off some of this hair. So again, I want just to keep the sides and back on him right now. So I'm going to just kind of slowly add some clips real quick. I'm keeping his hair dry for now. Coming over here, trying to find the exact same line that I did on the other side. Again, children's hair is a little different. I feel like there's a lot of it. They have a lot of baby hairs growing around the frame of the face and everywhere. So to try to create a really clean look on soft kids' hair, it's kind of difficult in my book. So that's my goal today, is just to kind of really make a good shape for him and really create a cool look for him. And more importantly, let's try to make his hair curly, even though that might be kind of a stretch. I'm still going to try to add a lot of texture for Mac so he feels really good when he's going into his school tomorrow. So now that I have a nice classic horseshoe shape, it's nice and clean. Clean lines equal clean haircuts. We're going to dive on in. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to him. And I'm going to do clipper over comb at first. So I want to kind of start creating a shape as quick as I can. Again, there's not much shape in his hair now. It's even kind of hard to see what kind of haircut he had prior to this. So I need to kind of just, as a stylist, as an artist, guess what? That's my job to really kind of create. So I'm just going to try to use these vapors the whole time. Let's go ahead and start in the back. And I'm going to have these completely closed, especially when I'm doing clipper over comb. And I'm going to come halfway through and I'm going to really start taking this hair out. If I'm on one side, on the left side, I'm going towards the left. If I'm on the right, I'm going towards the right. So let's go ahead and really dwindle this down. Again, to me, this is where I get to make up some time in the chair. This first initial kind of blowout of hair, getting rid of all the hair that we're not even going to use, that's not even a part of the haircut or the style. I could just eliminate extremely quickly. And that is the name of the game. It's the first initial kind of just debulking of the hair can be very quick. So yes, I'm trying to be thoughtful. I'm trying to be present. I'm trying to, again, create a nice shape, but I could literally go pretty quick and really kind of start creating this shape for Mac. So I want to have a nice taper around the sideburns in the very back of his hair. I think that's pretty popular right now amongst the kids. And then I'm going to try to usher into a lot of texture, trying to kind of change the consistency of the hair that he has on top of his head, maybe with a feather razor, maybe with some texturizing shears, maybe with a little bit of product. There's a lot of different things that we can use to really create a cool look for him. So this is about my second week using these clippers, and I think the battery life is nice. It creates a nice clean look, just like the Magic Clips. I've been using the Wall Magic Clips for the majority of my career, and those things are just dogs. They just eat through everything. They last a long time. The battery lasts a long time. So when I saw Wall kind of coming out with maybe its predecessor, I don't know if they've technically call these like the predecessor to the Magic Clips, but to me they resemble each other quite well. So what I want to do now is I'm going to start reducing some of this hair. Again, kids' hair is a little unique at first. It kind of wants to fly away on you, kind of move around. It's soft. So I just want to just be present and just watch which way his hair grows. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. I'm gonna blow him off. Close your eyes, Mac. Let's add a little bit more water to him, especially around the crown. Just again, I like using water when I'm using scissor work or anything. It just adds kind of a nice weight to the haircut, even without kind of leaving like a product residue on it. It allows me to really kind of work through the hair fairly quick. So I have a 4-guard on right now. Nice quick flick out as soon as I get to right above his occipital bone. Just a nice quick flick out for him. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to fade down till I get to my 1.5. Once I get down to my 1.5, I'm going to stop. I'm gonna give him a quick preliminary lineup, and then I'm gonna start attacking the taper on his sideburns and in the back of this cut. So I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. I have a 4-guard completely closed, working around the occipital bone. Most importantly, I'm watching which way his hair grows to allow me to give the best haircut possible. Again, I have a nice controlled touch on my client. So here in a second, this is a 4-guard close. I'm working my way down to a 1.5 guard. So this is a 3-guard open now, which is the closest thing to a 4-guard closed. Again, I'm watching which way his hair grows. And more importantly, I'm just taking this 3.5 guard right where I left off with the 4-guard close. Right at the bottom of that is my boundary line. Just trying to flick out so I can kind of create that look of descending down the haircut, getting tighter and tighter, creating that fade. When I do tapers, I really don't like to go, my 2-guard doesn't go much around the ear. So I'm probably gonna stop working around the ear around a 3-guard, do my 2-guard, my 1.5 guard, and really start that taper process. So this is a 3-guard, I have it open. Again, just back and forth, kind of using that typewriter technique. Watching his hair just kind of melt away. Watching which way his hair grows. I'm tightening up this all the way now, so I have a closed 3-guard. I'm really liking the way it's, again, kids have very soft hair for some reason. I don't know, some kids have nice, thick, kind of coarse hair, but most of the kids that I cut, their hair and themselves are still developing. So their hair seems a little soft, a little fine, and sometimes that hair is kind of hard to capture, and it just wants to kind of fall through your clipper and it kind of leaves kind of a spotty type of a haircut because it's not really grabbing all the hair effectively and cutting it very sharp and clean. Yes, I have one of the better tools out there right now in the game, so this should help my life a little easier behind the chair. Now I'm moving to a 2-guard open. I don't mind going around the ear with a 2-guard open. It's when I close it, do I kind of start thinking to myself, hey Reeve, let's just keep it right in front of the ear. So I'm gonna take this 2.5 guard, and yes, I'm gonna kind of clean up around the ear. Let's go back here now. Look down a little bit, Mac. Thank you, sir. Again, that neckline, he has his hair kind of grows all over the place, so I just want to be patient and really clean this up nice and clean. Watching which way his hair grows, finding my pattern, attacking my pattern. And again, this is a 2-guard all the way open. So yes, we're going to taper it out. But once I move to a 2-guard closed, I'm going to stay in front of his ear to create this taper look for him. And I'm still trying to get down to a 1.5 before I really kind of start the whole look, to be honest with you. So again, I'm just kind of, this is still my initial debulking of this cut, trying to create a nice blank canvas for me to start really creating my detail work for Mac. Okay, so now that I'm closing my clipper guard, I'm going to stay in front of his ear now. And I'm going to jump back and forth. Sometimes I just do one side and then go do the other, but this time let's just kind of go back and forth. So I'm going to switch over here real quick. Stay in front of the ear. Kind of angled back and out, almost like if I'm doing like a little mullet technically, but we're not, that's not the cut we're doing. We're going to really taper this out. So now I'm jumping on a 1.5. And I'm staying in front of the ear. I'm going to open it up all the way, working right to the bottom of that 2-guard closed, and I'm slowly going to tighten up this blade. So far this is looking really good on Mac. He's a good looking kid. He's going to look good. He has good hair. Now I'm over here now, opening up my 1.5 guard. Slowly closing it. Making sure I'm trying to be as symmetrical as possible. Okay, all the way closed. So go ahead and close your eyes, Mac. So now I'm going to do just a little bit of a lineup, because if we get too tight, if you notice your client kind of itching around their neck, let's just take the time. Close your eyes, Mac. And let's get in there and really clean them up, especially kids, a little bit more sensitive, a little less patient when it comes to being itchy, which I don't blame them. But just taking the time to care about your client, making sure they're comfortable. I don't care if they're 9 years old or 90 years old. Making sure our clients are comfortable is the most important aspect. So now we're going to get on just to doing a little preliminary cleanup on a lineup on him. Grab my trimmer. I'm going to create my C cup. One of the most important aspects of this haircut is the C cup. We're going to leave a lot of texture on top, a lot of movement on top. So I want some really kind of defined, clean lines for my client. Go ahead. Again, I have a nice soft touch on him. So in case he sneezes or twitches or moves, I could bounce off of him real quick. Again, I'm not trying to white wall my client, but a nice, clean ear line, neckline. Whatever you do to one side, we must do to the other. Let's add another clip for my man right here. Mac, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Awesome, brother. Let's get that out of your face. Okay, so again, nice bottom line for the sideburn. And now I'm really kind of diving in here and making this C cup pronounced and edgy for him. Again, I'm always kind of pulling that skin taut. Gives my trimmer a little extra to grab onto. Creates a little cleaner look. Little ear detail, even though he's a kid, he has a little peach fuzz, a little hair that doesn't need to be there. So let's go ahead and be diligent and clean up everything on him. Look down for me. So now I'm just going to bring the two sides together back here. Okay. So now that I did my kind of quick little lineup, again, we're going to do it over again, but now I get to see his skull shape a little bit more. I get to see the haircut shape a little bit more. My brain's kind of talking to me about things I can and can't do now that I can kind of have my perimeter, my boundary lines set for myself. So let's tap back in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to a bristle brush. And we're going to jump right back on the clip, wherever I'm ended with a 1.5, I'm jumping right back on, and I'm going to attack this taper really aggressively now. It's all the way closed, so now I'm going to do 1/2 no guard trimmer all the way down on him. So this is a 1 guard open. Tighter. Watching which way his hair grows. I could hear a little bit of hair being taken, so I know to be patient with myself. All the way tight. 1/2 guard now. All the way open. Being patient. A little tighter. Everything's looking really good on Max so far. I'm excited for him. No guard now, all the way open. Let's hit this with a little bit of cool care. Just kind of clean it off a little bit. Slowly closing it. Tighter and tighter as we get down the head. Trimmer now. Let's go ahead and pop out this C cup a little bit more. Clean up the ear. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of feather razor. I already got a brand new one back at the shop, so this is brand new razor. And just taper out that very bottom line. Okay, so now the goal is we need to go to the other side and redo everything that we just did over here. But I already have my platform, I have my blueprint, so it should be nice and easy. So switch him around. Now we're over here. And we'll start all over. So I had my 1.5 guard on before we quit. I'm going to have it open. And I'll clean all this up in a sec. I'm really just focusing on my taper aspect of this. So again, I ended with a 1.5. Staying in front of the ear. Slowly getting tighter and tighter. Watching which way his hair grows. One guard now, all the way open. A little tighter. A little tighter. All the way tight. Half guard now, all the way open. A little tighter. All the way tight. I could hear some hair, so let's be patient. No guard. All the way open. A little tighter. A little tighter. All the way tight. Trimmer now. Making all these lines nice and crispy for Mac. Again, if we're going to keep a lot of texture, we need some cleanly areas of this cut. I'm just going to kind of detail some of this real quick. Just being picky on myself. Let's scoot your head a little bit. See this little dark area? I just want that lightened up just a little bit. So I'm going to grab some texturizing shears. Just to make it even. I noticed that this didn't look like that on the other side. So again, I'm just trying to make him look as symmetrical as possible. Okay. So we will get to all this, but let me get back on my feather razor real quick. And we're just going to work out the very bottom of this cut. You're doing good, buddy. Okay, so now let's work on the very back. If we can sit nice and strong. Can you sit nice and strong up? You good? Okay, we're going to look down a little bit. So back here, again, I'm going to do a 2.5 guard. We'll start with a 3. I'm going to start with a 3 guard, 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1, all the way down. And really start blending in that taper on the side. Again, we stopped at a 2 right here. So that's what I'm going to kind of tag into. So this is a 3 guard close. Just kind of work from side to side. Again, watching which way his hair grows. I kind of call it, this is how I kind of incorporate the sides into the back, marrying them together. 2 guard now. All the way open. You can kind of catch my drift here. Watching which way his hair grows, that's my pattern, a little tighter. I could hear some hair being taken, so let's just be patient for a little bit. All the way tight. Nice, slow and steady. Allow that clipper to really be able to grab some hair. Okay, 1.5 now. I'm going to switch to my brush real quick. All the way open. Again, don't be afraid to position and move your client's head in the best direction that suits you. We're not trying to hurt his neck or anything, but you know, it gives me some better angles to really achieve a really pretty haircut for Mac. A little tighter. Thank you for looking down, sir. I mean, he's doing great. The closer we get down to the bottom of this cut, the more he could look down, the better angle for me, and the more odds that I don't accidentally creep up that fade and bring it too short, too high. So you can look up for a second so you could not hurt your neck. 1 guard now, Colos. Yes, sir. Great job. Again, his hair grows very aggressively on the sides here, so I need to make sure that I'm taking my clipper directly into that growth pattern on both sides. That's what I need to do. Good job. We're going to look up a little bit. Okay, let's blow them off real quick. Close your eyes, Mac. Half guard now. All the way down, Mac. This is all the way open. Again, watching which way his hair grows. Watch it melt into his skin. All the way tight. Okay, no guard now. All the way open. Tighter. We'll blow you off here in a second, Mac. Just being picky, make sure everything looks nice. Okay, I'm gonna blow you off. Close your eyes. I'm gonna hit him with just a little bit of air control by Aveda. Make sure this lineup is very perfect for him. So it's gonna start over here. Nice clean edges. Melting it into skin, that's perfect. Whatever you do to one side, let's do to the other. I'm gonna tilt, tilt, tilt. Right there, don't move. Thank you so much. Again, nice clean edges. Clean as we can get. Clean up the ears from the peach fuzz. Awesome. So let's go ahead and blow them off one more time. So now we get to transfer up into kind of occipital bone a little bit more. So let's go ahead. Sometimes these kind of fade away. So I'm going to actually redo this real quick. Again, clean lines equal clean haircuts. So if it takes us a couple times to find the perfect spot for this, thank you, Mac. And I'm going to add a little bit more water now to the top of his hair. So we're going to look down a little bit, Mac. Thank you. Don't want to rip through his hair. Again, I'm just trying to, what I try to do, I just try to comb the hair in its natural growth pattern. Again, yes, I'm here to make the hair do what I want it to do, I guess, you know, but if I could work with the hair, I feel that ensures a cleaner haircut for Mac and a haircut that's going to grow out nice for him. And again, to me, that is what people pay for. Yes, they want the style and the look that they're trying to achieve, but if I could give them a good style and look, but also a haircut that lasts, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, to me, I'm doing my due diligence. They're using their hard-earned money to come get a haircut by you. you know, the last thing you really want them to do is have to come every week or two, unless they like that. I mean, I have clients who prefer that. They don't mind paying the extra money. They like that, all the attention to detail. They don't mind coming every 2 weeks and paying that money. But, you know, when you're looking at a kid who has sports and school and family who's paying for it, you know, I would much rather try to give my gentleman a haircut that's going to, A, look good, yes, and get me business. I get that. But I really want my client's haircut to grow out nice. And by that, we really don't want to fight the hair too much. So now that I have, I'm pretty sure, a better sectioning job now, we could really start working out this occipital bone. So let's add a little bit more water to his corners. Close your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to use my Hattori Hanzos. I'm going to watch which way his hair grows. And let's start attacking this. So I'm going to come up, all I do is I like to just hit the corners of the hair. So I'm leaving a lot of that length, but I'm just finding the corners and I'm attacking the corners as I run through this. And I like to kind of go back and forth. So I took some length off. Now I could kind of blend, point cut, point cut, point cut. Now I'm coming back. His hair is kind of coming forward. You kind of see this progression, right? So now I can kind of come up and start working towards his face. And I like to take some length off, and I like to go back and blend. Come through, take some length off, go back and blend. Come through, I'm having you tilt, 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 tilt. Thank you, Mac. As I come forward, my goal is to get a little longer. Like this hair is going to be a little longer because all this bang is longer. So it's going to be a little shorter back here. And as I venture forward, I'm trying to gain just a little bit of length. So you'll see I'll be able to kind of use some of this length to kind of tie into the bangs and all that energy on top. It's a little dark right through here. So let's just go through here real quick. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect right off the bat. Like, we could always go back. If we see something we don't like, grab the clippers again, grab the trimmer again, and you know, go back and detail some stuff out. So don't beat yourself up if you see something throughout the fading or the lineup or whatever that you're not liking. We will get back to that. We could take our time and really work that out. So again, let's just kind of keep dwindling this down. Trying to keep some of this energy right up front real quick. If we could always take that out, but I think it might be nice to leave for him, especially if he's trying to wear it kind of messy and texturing and curly. So remember, whatever we do to one side, we really must kind of come do to the other side. So his hair, his crown is like right here. And so it kind of parts its way. So this hair is kind of going towards the left here. I could even kind of come take a little bit more off. Let's do that. So anyways, this hair is kind of coming back and directioning this way. And all of a sudden we have kind of this divide right here. And all of a sudden now this hair is moving forward. So let's go ahead and grab the hair in the direction it's growing. And again, just like that other side, I'm going to try to leave some of this length because I need a little bit of that length to kind of fill in the corners here and then usher into all those bangs we're about to keep on him. So let's go ahead and keep dwindling down. Again, I take some length off and then I point cut. Take some length off and now I point cut. Let's just go ahead and just kind of work that in. Just like that one side, you know, I thought this was a little darker, so let's just go back and kind of touch a base real quick. Being patient. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's get in this little line right. You hit your face if you need. You good? So I'm going to just get this line a little bit more. Okay. So let's drop these again. Now I'm gonna mark off his bangs, and we're gonna cut the top of this hair now. Okay, so the way I find bangs, blow them off, close your eyes. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to the top, and I'm just gonna comb everything straight. So how I find the bangs is I take just a normal 7-inch brush, make sure his head's looking straight, and then I just place it right on top of his head. And then I kind of come over here, and right where I see that angle, where the comb meets his head and kind of creates that angle, to me that is his bang. So I put my finger right there, and I'm gonna come all the way across, and now I have his bangs marked off. So I'm gonna comb these forward, and I'm gonna comb these back a little bit just to create a little bit more definition real quick. So if you notice, I have all the nice bangs, but I also have those corners that I kept to kind of keep it nice and full. So that's huge. So I'm really kind of liking that so far. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to mark off his bangs. So let's just go bam, bam, and let's get these out of his eyes. Okay, so now all I have is this back section of his hair, and then I have the bangs left. So let's add a little bit of water. I like the quote, sometimes you have to go left to go right, sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. Even though he's wearing his hair forward, I'm gonna kind of start by cutting back. So I know that kind of sounds counterproductive, but I promise you, as I bring this hair back to kind of create a little shorter look through here, as it moves forward, it's gonna get longer, okay? So let's just be patient. Again, I want it even. That's my main objective. So I'm gonna come straight back. And again, I'm just gonna go for the long, kind of, you call them arrows, you call them triangles, whatever you wanna call them. Those are what I'm going after very first here. So I'm just going after any hairs that are sticking out more than the most. And I do have a trend. I kind of like to take length off, and then I like to point cut or blend that hair. So let's just keep going. Again, I want it even. I want his hair to towards the front. So as I kind of work my way around, I'm slowly moving that hair forward. Moving that hair forward a little bit more. Coming on back. Coming up. Now I'm coming on this side, same thing. Coming forward. Point cutting. Now I'm really starting to just watch the direction of all this. You can remember his hair kind of divides a little bit over here in this corner. Now what I could do, now I kind of have that crown kind of moving in the direction I want, I could come straight up, and what we're going to do different now is I'm just going to use a feather razor. He kind of joked how he wanted curly hair, kind of hard to do on stick straight hair, but guess what? I could really kind of come in here and beat it up, add a ton of texture to this straight hair. So maybe, hopefully, you know, if it's like, I mean, his hair would probably look best if he didn't shampoo. I mean, he needs a shower, yes, but if he kind of showered but didn't shampoo it every other day, kind of kept a little bit of natural oil in his hair, you know, instead of just shampooing every single day. I mean, he could wash his body and bathe, yes, but kind of going back to shampooing the hair every single day might be a little different for a younger kid. You know, they're a little wilder than what we are as adults, but or more important, maybe find a product we could give him that kind of gives him that oily look back in his hair a little bit to kind of create that texture. So let's go ahead. And I kind of go back and forth. I go kind of horizontal sectioning to vertical sectioning, back and forth, back and forth. So let's get, he likes his hair longer, but again, I just want to make sure we're adding texture and creating a really good look for him. Using my feather razor to kind of point cut, shatter cut, angle, design. I think the sound of a razor cut is awesome. I think the look of a razor cut is awesome. And not that many people do it anymore. So it's kind of like if you're one of the only people in your shop rocking a feather razor, you know, odds are more people are going to want to come to you because you're doing different things and creating different looks than what a lot of stylists would ever dream of doing. So as I move up, like I said, most of my haircuts, the crown is shorter, right? Kind of shorter, more stacked in the back. And as we adventure forward, we're gaining and keeping length. So just making sure I'm kind of sticking with my game plan with a little shorter crown. And as we adventure forward, we're adding length. So now we're kind of coming into the bang section. Let's add a little bit more water. When you're razor cutting, water is very important, or it kind of hurts sometimes. Like if you don't have a wet hair, it kind of creates a little bit of glide for your razor. If I'm doing this on, I mean, you could definitely do it on dry hair, and there's times for that. I get that. But you know, when you have a kind of a kid in your chair, it might be a little bit more tender-headed, or you know, just doesn't quite do well with any type of pain, which I understand. I'm just playing it safe and making sure his hair is nice and saturated so my razor could really glide through it without any kind of pulls or irritation to my client. So I'm just going to cross-check. Really liking what I'm seeing back here. Let's go just a little shorter. Try to add a little bit more texture and curl. Now we can kind of start working the bangs. So let's go ahead. I'm going to mark off about half the bangs now, maybe a little less. And now I'm going to work this front out. So let's go ahead and mark off this hair back here. And my objective is to cut this all the bangs with this too. So he said he kind of wanted it not in his eyes, but kind of on the eyebrows. If you notice, I'm coming from behind. Whatever side I'm on. Yep, you can wipe off your face here. Awesome, thank you. Again, we have to understand that his hair is going to shrink up just a little bit as it dries, so I don't want to take it too far above the eyebrow. Good job, Mac. We're getting close to being done, bud. Again, to me, the bangs are some of the most, to me, I feel like the bangs for some reason are the most important part of the haircut, because in my book, it's the first thing your client sees when he opens his eyes in the morning, when he opens his eyes to check out the haircut when he's in your chair. It's just like the first thing that their eyes kind of gravitate towards, right? It's right there. So taking our time on the bangs is so important. Do not try to rush the bangs and mess those up. We just work so hard on the rest of the haircut, then all of a sudden we mess up on the bangs, and that's all your client sees. He's not even going to think about all the hard work that you did on the other 90% of the cut, because he's over here just kind of stressing about where his bangs are. Add some more. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for just viewing, for commenting, for hopefully learning something about hair, something you could take back to your shop and add extra money to your family and your income. You know, that's the only reason I'm here, is I believe that the world needs better barbers. We need better haircuts out there, and we all deserve to make some more money. I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. There's people out there making a ton of money doing their thing. And I think we should be doing the exact same thing. We're on our feet 8 hours a day. We're working hard. I say we try to make ourselves as valuable as possible. Again, using my feather razor as a detail machine as well. I mean, everything we use, we could use in multiple ways. That's the fun part of this whole game, is that I could have damn near done just using my scissors, could probably have achieved this look. Now, but I decided to do it with a razor instead. And, you know, again, just have fun with whatever you're doing behind the chair. As long as you're having fun, the haircuts will turn out. But if you're stressing and you're not vibing with it and you're not feeling it, then you know what? Maybe we should look into a different trade or something new. But if you're waking up and you're feeling good about going into work, you're excited to bless people, make people feel better about themselves, you know, and to me, like that's the best. You know, that little smile, that little grin when you show them the haircut for the first time. To me, that's worth the price of admission right there. So I'm really glad I kept these corners a little bit longer for Mac. I think that's looking really good on him. So let's go ahead and kind of start blow drying them out. Close your eyes, man. I personally, when I'm blow drying my clients, even in the shop, it might look weird, but I'll just close my eyes. You know, for 30 minutes, my eyes have been dialed in like eagles, like not blinking much, don't have time to blink, focus, you know. It's just like the one time where I can kind of reset. And my theory is this: if I could kind of style him out with my eyes closed, he should be able to style his hair out with his eyes open, you know. And it's just a time for me to kind of reflect, calm down, give my eyes a little bit of a break. So now I'm going to do some detail work with my blow dryer on, and I'm going to just grab my 21 tooth Hattori Hanzos, and I'm just going to hit the edges. Anything that's flying out, that's a little bit more aggressive, not going with the flow of anything, those are my bad hairs. So now I'm just kind of going after any outliers. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of texture powder and kind of cut into this for a second. Yeah. Anytime there's product coming in, you're almost done, bud. Okay, look straight at my nose. Now I'm just going to use a normal scissor. Undrape them for a second. Don't move. Stay right there for me.
Oh yeah. It's go time.
It is go time. Okay, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of product to kind of add a little bit of texture to him. I'm gonna hit him with a little bit of hairspray. Let's add a little bit of hairspray. So I know he said he wanted curly hair. I think, for what his hair can do, I thought we added a lot more texture, a lot more mess. And again, we didn't do anything too drastically on him where it won't do that. So I think this is just a great kind of middle ground. Look straight at me. Awesome. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching The Art of Reduction. I hope you found something great today on how to just kind of handle kids' cuts. More importantly, take them serious. Take them serious and really be kind to them. And they're little people and they have their own issues. And the world's tough out there right now for everybody, especially kids. So if you could be a good barber, a good hairstylist, and really kind of love on these guys and give them a good haircut and motivate them, I think that's the power of a good barber shop and good barber, is being able to talk to them as individuals, as humans, and give them the best haircut as possible. So please, thank you for watching The Art of Reduction. Thank you, Malone Media. Thank you, Trailway Studios. Thank you, Mac. And I hope you guys enjoyed the haircut, a little taper action with some texture for my man. And keep liking and subscribing to The Art of Reduction. Thank you guys so much. You're the man, brother. Want to go see your haircut?
Yeah.
Come with me.